You need to fix your microphone.
There's 3 other people here. What are you talking about?
We're live.
Sometimes you think you have true love, and then you catch the early flight home from San Diego, and a couple of nude people jump out of your bathroom blindfolded like a goddamn magic show, ready to double team your girlfriend, and it stops.
We are something about the voice of next town. We're like the 4 of us. Reunited, and it feels so good.
What
How
are
about
those,
now?
what
How
are
about
those
now?
bugs that look like ants but they have wings? What the fuck are those? Are they flying ants?
Flying ants? Well,
Flying
no, there's
ants.
some like ants that have wings that aren't ants, and then there's some that are just flying ants, I think.
I don't know what the fuck.
I think
Oh.
when the ant wars happen out here,
The ant.
they'll literally fly and fucking fight each other and
What are
stuff.
the ant
I
wars?
think they're like they're
Is that
ants,
DC?
but they're
Is
like
that
big
DC or
fucking,
Marvel?
like carpenter ants. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, it's ant. They fucking we call them ant wars out here in the desert because literally there's times a year, thousands of
Hell no. Chuck has got to go out there with a speaker
thousands
and
of
play.
ants.
Yeah,
Chuck's
you
got to go
need
out
to
there
go-
with a speaker.
Huh?
You need to record what the ant wars look like, I think.
Yes. When do they happen?
In the summertime. Where I'm at,
Oh,
they don't
no,
happen, but in like the desert, like in the east portions near like the farmland, they happen like crazy.
Yeah.
Millions of ants outside.
You need to get this
Fucking
going.
gross.
Come with me if you want to build a colony.
Dude, it's wild. And they're not those small little black ants. They're them big motherfuckers.
Whoa,
You saw
whoa,
some this
whoa, whoa,
weekend?
whoa. We don't have to, we don't have to leave race out of this, all right? You just say ants.
Little black ones? What do you want me to
Oh.
call them?
Go there.
You want me to say? I mean, the little colored ones, the little dark, like that's even worse, dude. They're black ants.
They're
What do you
all
want me to say? No, there's red
There's
ants.
Native
You
American
have
ants,
fuzzy
there's
ants.
African American ants.
It's not. It's a thing, dude. It's not a thing. They're just a little tiny, like sugar black ants. The ones that
Easy.
Sugar black.
Easy.
Hey, at least
that
it didn't stay with the
easy.
heart.
Diabetes.
Just-
It was
Just
sugar,
ants.
not sugar.
He got the sugar.
I mean, this is
You're making it, you're making it into a racial thing, and they're fucking ants.
You're the one who wanted to talk about
There we
what color
go.
the ants were.
Yeah,
New
this
game.
is
What
a
the fuck?
new game.
I think
What the
that's
fuck,
every
Mark?
episode.
He's one
Out of context as fuck.
He's one ant comment away from talking about like, sure, we go get that other ant colony right now, sir. We're gonna go to that other ant colony dirty, sir, for you.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's off the chain.
Oh, that makes my jaw
You
hurt.
guys see? Okay. First of all, welcome to Locker Room. I'm Tom.
I'm Matthew.
Chuck.
Is my mic working yet? Does it sound like
Oh
that?
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you sound
crispy.
good.
You're crispy. Crispy.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Chuck crispy.
And I'm just here for the laughs.
Yeah. So I saw. I don't. I don't
What are you doing
normally.
over there?
You guys, I don't know what he's doing. I got this reel the other day that somebody sent to me, and you guys know who John Oliver is, right?
Yes.
Did you guys see the one where he was showing a clip about like a black guy and a white guy, and the white guy was holding a Confederate flag?
Ants, black ant and a white ant. We've established this.
No.
Okay.
So, anyways, Confederate flag.
Yes. So this is what he put on his show.
Okay.
And I think it's worth sharing because of Chuck.
All right.
You know, we're going to give Chuck a lesson in sensitivity training.
Sensitivity. I was talking about ants. I think you guys are the ones who have your minds in the wrong place.
And
So here is something that was on John All. It's just as I think this is the original clip.
okay, hit me.
This is a new argument for me. Not only have I never heard this argument, in all the times I've heard people arguing about this subject, I've never even thought of this argument. So we need to grade it on several levels. I'm going to already tell you it's a 10 for originality for me. Okay. So here is this gentleman's waving you could see, I mean, this big fried chicken looking dude.
Oh, I think I've seen this. This is old.
Yeah, but I'd never seen it. So here you go.
Oh, okay, go.
Because this is my heritage. My family fought to save their farm under this flag. Who was working that farm? My family was. Who was working the farm? They were poor. Do you know how much a slave cost back then?
Okay. I mean, he's not wrong.
Is that all he posted? Because there's a lot more to that video.
I know. Yeah, that's all. That was all we needed for this, because his argument was, my family worked it because they were poor. Do you know how much a slave cost back then? I've literally never heard that argument put forward when somebody is being accused of having slave-owning ancestors. I don't think that helps you.
What if he meant we didn't own slaves? We worked the farm.
That's exactly what he meant.
I mean, that's what he meant, right?
Now, when he asked that question, sorry to interrupt, guys, but
you're not interrupting. It's open forum
for posterity purposes. When he's asking that question, is he talking in today's dollar?
I mean,
or is he talking
if
about
you adjust for inflation? Yeah.
Oh my God, are we actually going to Google this?
Dude, I wonder what it could be.
Okay, so it's going to be. I'll answer that.
Marco already looked it up. As a resident non-white, you're going to do this. Okay.
I'm the brown one here, so of course I'm going to do this.
Okay. All right.
So slaves back in the day ranged anywhere from in today's dollar, right? 60,000.
Oh.
60,000 to 184,000.
That's actually not that expensive. I thought it'd be more.
Yo, in movies they have like
for a fucking person.
That
it's a person though. Like you think it'd be more.
Like when you break
they
it
had
down,
full. Well, there was
horses cost
in movies with full basketball teams. Like,
yeah. You talking about what?
Like a full roster. Like that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Wait, did you just compare the price of slaves
to Tropic Thunder? He just went to Tropic Thunder. You
know no, I'm just saying the amount of people like in movies they would have.
Right.
And you think if everyone costs like $60,000, that's a lot of fucking money. Those motherfuckers were fucking rich as shit. No wonder they didn't want to give up their fucking farms.
I'm just gonna keep this in the hip pocket here, and every time Chuck goes off,
so back in the day,
fucking every time you log into live, every time Shelby, you are now tasked. Every time you log into the live show, that's your first comment, so we always know where to find it.
Exactly. Just what the fuck, Chuck?
Actually, wrong. It's repulsive. Owning people is repulsive.
There he is.
That out there.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, hot take. Hold on.
When you say owning people, so it's not like doing a verbal smackdown. You know what I'm saying? Like when someone says something like, ooh, you got motive. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day.
like owning people to do work for you.
Oh.
And making them live in horrible conditions. That's bad.
So don't
I just want to get that out there. Like that's horrible.
So don't go down south and look at the strawberry fields right now.
Hot take.
All right, anyways, so
Chuck is coming in to let us all know owning people is bad.
Yes.
The more you know.
Yes.
Saying it was
So the actual price, the actual retail price, the actual retail price without going over, was approximately 400 in 1850 to nearly 800 in 1860. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Wait, how much money? So what was the max?
$400. $400 to $800. This is at the time where like a lot of people didn't even see dollars. You know, folded bills.
Back then,
they're still working on pennies and pens and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of people worked on coin. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot.
Damn, George Washington.
Okay, so knowing that,
I'm just saying.
does the argument hold water? I still say it doesn't help you. It may be factual and may be correct, but it doesn't help you. That's all I say.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
It doesn't help
No.
the cause of the flag.
No.
You know,
Is it
that was his whole thing. He was defending that flag.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's super problematic. I mean,
Yeah, he's trying to water down the flag. He's trying to to quote Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, trying to take it back. I'm not going to say what he was trying to take back. I'm just saying that he was trying to take it back.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember what I was trying to say? Do you remember? Because I'm not saying it.
Y'all can look that up.
Look it up.
Yeah.
My brownness will only cover so much.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not that brown.
No. I'm not.
Now, if you're more like Dominican or Cuban flavor,
oh yeah,
you probably get it. You know,
yeah. If I was less European, if you will, in my bloodline, yeah, 100%. Then I could fire that off. No, not right now. I cannot.
Pablo.
no.
Good old
I'm
Paul.
not fighting my.
good old Pablo Ramos. Ramos.
But I need to know what Austin means. He says, "But would you?
But
would I?
Would you what?
Would you own one? Is that what you're asking? Would you own somebody?
I hope not.
Own people?
Why did the oppressor? You motherfucker would own one. Just stop. Just stop, colonizer. Just
Me?
stop it.
Yeah,
Just
but
stop
we'd
it.
be nice. Oh, we'd be nice slave owners.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
You can sleep in my house.
Oh,
You fucking dude, it's no.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Matt and
What are
I
we
are of
doing?
Irish descent, and I will tell you that
Oh,
we were treated pretty piss poorly as well. Now, I'm not saying that white people. Well, actually, white people have been owned as slaves in other countries, but what I'm saying is that here
Facts.
there were some racial problems with the Irish as well.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers was shipped right the fuck to war. Hey, welcome
You know
to America.
Koreans?
Here's your fucking rifle. Get on
Yeah.
that
Dude,
boat.
South Koreans had fucking slaves for 1,500 years.
Yeah.
Bro.
They actually had the longest in history. They
Running,
had the longest running time of owning other people. It was pretty bad.
Well,
Or maybe they know something.
so maybe we should pivot.
Hey, all I'm saying is if you look at like the pyramids, I mean, slavery gets shit done, right? I mean,
Those are the aliens, dude.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, actually, that brings up a good point. I want to bring up something that's very interesting. Y'all know I research insanely dumb shit.
Dumb. I'll just say random as fuck. I don't say dumb. It's all random. It's random as fuck though.
So somebody wanted to have an argument with me about
Bad idea.
slavery.
yeah,
in the Bible.
just cross the board. Bad idea.
Just stop. It doesn't not matter what the
It doesn't
even if he's wrong, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Anyways, so
Or
somebody
dude, like to have fun.
biblical. They wanted to discuss biblical slavery and how slavery was, acceptable in biblical times, and how can you follow a book that, condones slavery? Pablo
Pablo is the locker room.
volunteered to be a slave.
podcast slave.
I mean,
Actually,
you can't volunteer to be a slave.
This is
You
what
know,
I'm getting into.
Wait, Pablo, mira. Our people back in the day did not show up and say, "Hey, whoever wants to come with us, jump on the boat." Just come on the boat. It's okay.
So here was the thing. So I looked this up because there is mention of slavery, and the Bible does give like guidelines on how to treat your slaves, right? Literally, like there was ear piercing involved with slaves, and
You mean how to keep them, not treat them? Because you're keeping them at this point.
no. So that's the thing. So I did a dive on this because I wanted to understand what I was going to argue. It turns out that the biblical and historical definition of what a slave was, according to Jewish law, which is a lot of what they're talking about, is not what we think of as a modern day slave. And here's where I found out. Here's where I kind of got into this. You know how contracts
Damn.
can't, like a lot of contracts can't exist longer than 7 years. right? You can't, right? That's a legal precedent, right? You can't have a
Yeah.
contract.
You have to revisit and
Right.
redo the contract. Right.
That's kind of based in Jewish law, where every 7 years you had to give your slaves a chance to leave. And it turns out,
Not according to the South. Anyways.
well, no, so that's what it turns out. So it turns out that when you're talking about historical, like ancient Stone Age, biblical time slavery, a lot of that is
I see it.
more like indentured servitude, where this was
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
poor. This
Right.
was somebody who had no income, no farm, no land, no nothing. And they came and they pledged themselves to your house. And they would become your quote unquote slave. And in the sense that you would assign them tasks and you would tell them what to do. And they had to do that stuff in exchange for room and board and food. And a lot of those people were treated like family members because they got to know the people. And then every 7 years by Jewish law, they had to offer somebody the chance to, hey,
sex.
You've been with me 7 years. You want to leave? And they'd have to wipe all their debts clean and tell them, if you want to go, you can go. And a lot of people were like, you are the only family I've ever known. I will stay.
So it looks like it's Exodus 21:2. It says a purchased slave had to be offered freedom after 6 years of labor.
There you go.
So say if anybody out here is like,
and by purchase, you purchase their debt. Right?
Yeah,
like,
or they're indebted to you because
they're
you
indebted
saved
to you,
their
right?
family, or you did something to aid them, or like we forget about that.
There's your fun fact for the podcast from me, is because I thought since we brought up and we were joking about slavery, and then all of a sudden we started talking about all the other crazy stuff we talk about, I thought you guys would find that interesting. I was floored that our modern day, contract limits also share their roots back to that. So anyway, that was interesting. We can move on.
A slave permanently maimed by his master receives freedom as compensation.
Yeah, and
that's
even
one of the rules. Yeah, like you fuck somebody up, they can go.
Yeah, that's like
yeah. And how'd that work out?
What did your freedom cost you? An arm and a leg.
That's where that came from.
Yeah, maybe.
No, an arm and a leg came from back in the day when people were doing portraits of people.
Mm-hmm.
They would mostly do busts or like profile stuff.
Yep.
Because Marco knows as an artist, it's hard to do extremities and to be good at it and keep it proportionate.
Oh,
so they would charge more if you wanted your arms and legs in it.
Arm and a leg.
And it would cost you an arm and a leg.
Guys, I was last week years old when I found out where Mind Your P's and Q's came from.
Yeah?
What? Where did it come from?
I had no idea. So it came from public.
Chuck's going to be today years old.
Chuck's going to be today years old.
So I thought it was a literary thing, saying like P's are one way, Q's are the other one. So I thought it was like, hey, like like when you're editing or whatever, mind your P's and your Q's, right?
Right.
So it comes from the old fucking public houses and the whole the old pubs. Mind your pints and quarts. People would come in and like get all super rowdy, and the innkeeper, the bartender would jump up and tell people to mind the P's and Q's because he saw the boys in blue up the street trying to come in and bust the place. So they yell out, mind your P's and Q's, mind your quarts and pints.
Yep.
So you wouldn't get the fucking place shut down in the middle of Sunday.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Right.
Well,
I love weird facts like that. Sorry. So shall we start with our discussion about how new home buying on the West Coast has taken a bizarre turn?
Oh my God.
New home buying on the West Coast has taken a bizarre turn. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So
Chuck left.
No, Chuck's like, I'm sick.
Chuck's like,
this is Dateline, Oregon.
Oh, okay.
And the headline says, a taxpayer-funded group offers $30,000 to new home buyers.
Okay.
The catch is you can't be a U.S. citizen.
How does that work out?
Hacienda Community Development Corp is participating in a taxpayer-funded payment assistance program that gives money to non-citizens to buy homes in Oregon,
Wait, whose taxes are they using? They better not be using my fucking taxes.
excluding American citizens from eligibility.
Well, they have to. It has to be local taxes. It has to be Oregon taxes.
Quote, clients work closely with financial coaches and HUD-certified housing counselors throughout the entirety of the home buying process. In addition to mortgage readiness and financial fitness workshops, we provide various opportunities for down payment assistance. And then from their own promotional materials, I will show you a screenshot. Here we go. This is from somebody shared this on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Hacienda grant for first-time homebuyers in the state of Oregon, $30,000. Conditions only for people who are not American citizens. For example, ITIN holders, DACA recipient, refugees, asylees, green card holders, amongst others. Must have pre-approval for your mortgage.
So if I had not gotten my citizenship, I would have been available for this.
You would get $30,000 in Oregon to put a down payment on a home.
They're trying to do that in California with 150,000.
Yeah. So that's the other part of this. So California says California close to approving $150,000 loans for illegal immigrants to help purchase homes. The Democratic supermajority in California state legislature is likely to pass a measure this week that would make undocumented immigrants eligible for the California Dream for All loan program, a state-funded program that provides 20% in down payment assistance up to $150,000. I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot $150,000 is not 20% of a home down payment.
No. And it's not a dream for all if it's not for all. First of all,
Yeah,
we need to.
Right.
You must be a first-time home buyer. You must be at least one home buyer must be first generation. And you must have your income below certain limits depending on the county where you live. What do you mean
first generation? Meaning first one here? Because first generation usually means that they're
home buyer, meaning your parents own a home.
Got it.
What is what is happening?
Loony. Sounds pretty fucked up and loony. And coming from the immigrant. That's when we're coming from an immigrant. This doesn't sound really fair.
I mean,
sounds kind of fucked up.
Like they're talking about like financial management classes and home buying assistance.
Sorry.
These are things that high school kids need.
Yeah.
You should be teaching high school kids that and giving young. I mean,
I want to know. Like, I want to be like. I want to know. I want to hear the recording of that meeting.
That pitch.
Yeah, like man,
hear me
balls of steel. Whoever fucking pitched that, whoever the pitch man was for that, balls of fucking steel is coming and just sold that. Like I don't understand what the thought process is. Like we have X amount of legal immigrants or people that are not even moving forward. Oh, the green card thing I respect. I honestly do, but I guess yeah. I mean, everyone's documented.
They just want to show this progressive.
Every
loophole inbound. So in
right.
California, can you just identify as an immigrant and a first-time home buyer?
Robbie, that's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. So I guess you could. I mean, you could show up and get a sombrero and a poncho. You know what I'm saying?
Can I get
show up and be like,
into Ensenada?
I'd be like, listen. I'd be like, hey, listen. I identify as Mexican.
Yeah,
sure. Why not? I don't
you ever
see
how.
And if we're just making up rules now.
Hey, listen. If they give you, Robbie, if you're gonna try it, go for it. And if they say, I'll give you the answer, bro. I'll give you the answer. If they say, I don't know, sir, you don't look like you fit the demographic, and just like, hey, every Mexican family, every Hispanic family got that one cousin that they call Güero because he looks white as fuck.
Yeah.
So
look at Canelo.
I got you, buddy. I got that fucking ginger boxing motherfucker. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's got Irish descent for sure.
Yeah. I just
damn.
These are things that, as a taxpayer, piss me off. I would much rather see people that I genuinely know that are struggling and doing the right things. And again, Marco is the one who was not born in this country.
Was not. Not even
I
close.
am a first generation American. My mom was not born in this country. Right? So it's not, nobody on this show is anti-immigrant. We are anti-illegal immigration. But we're kind of anti-illegal everything.
I'm not gonna agree with that.
You're for illegal immigration. The guy who immigrated legally.
Here's the thing is, I'm for, okay, when I say progression, I'm not talking about California's progression. If you ask me, if you have this type of money, right? If you have this type of money that you're going to allocate funds for, I say it should be allocated for progressing the person forward, not just giving them a handout, but giving them tools. Give that money to.
I'm talking about the immigration, the active immigration, not helping.
People go to different countries, and Americans go and stay in other places like Costa Rica, and the same way where they just kind of go in there, they just kind of kick it there. So like,
doesn't mean I agree with it.
Yeah, no, I don't know, because sometimes you can't, sometimes you cannot. What I'm for is this: if you're going to come into this country, period, legally or illegally, I just want you to do what I did, basically go the right route. You know what I'm saying? Like. Right. Go. What do you bring? You know, saying don't like. I'm also people. They don't have to understand anything, but people should understand about me. Like, I'm for melding the country and melding like your ethnicness into the new area, a melting pot, as opposed to building a small society of your quote unquote our people, you know what I'm saying? That, for example, I do not believe that people when migrate here legally or illegally do not need to learn the English language. I'm sorry, unpopular opinion. It's me being an immigrant. I think that's fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's ridiculous that you go to the DMV to take your driver's test, and there's 8 different fucking languages that you can take your driver's test in. I don't fucking believe in that. So with me, you can come to this country however you can come to this country. My coworker just got asylum, but he had to come here first, and he came from Cuba. He came literally on a leaky boat from Cuba into Central America, rode the train, like held onto the train with his wife for days, got to the border, paid a coyote off, ran across, and he's here. He's working. He's doing his thing. He's applying for his, he's just got approved for asylum. Then he's immediately moving to get his green card and his residency. So that's what I'm for. So me, if you're gonna have these funds, I think they should be allocated, and you're gonna allocate them in a progressive towards illegal immigrants. I think you should put it towards education. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you should put it towards education. I think you should put it towards other things to help progress. To create somebody who's actually, who's going to
productive member of the American.
But in multiple ways. That person can get, those people can get higher paying jobs, pay more taxes go back into the city and the state itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, create that revenue, which is what you're looking for. I know what they're trying to do is just pat themselves in the back and talk about how progressive they are and how inclusive they are, but I think there's just other ways. So Marco's basing his entire take on Diceman. I don't know what that is. Speaking language,
making a joke.
Yeah, I never saw that. So obviously I know Diceman very, very well, but I don't know about speaking the language or get the fuck out. I'm just saying, like, have an opportunity to speak the language. Like my parents, like, didn't speak a lick of English, and they both immediately put themselves in classes here. I think there's just a respectful way, whether you come legally or illegally. I think there's a respectful way that you can be here, be a productive member of society, and when I say productive member of society, I'm talking about, like, bring something to the culture. Like, for example, this motherfucker. I agree with Marco. Thank you. It's leashy people that ruin it for everybody. Well, and these are my people. the fucking Venezuelan gang that took over that fucking, like I think it's Colorado. They took over the fucking apartment building in Colorado, like in arms, and now they're trying to get squatter rights. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's
Yeah,
not the way you do that. Like seriously, you should send honestly send a fucking tier 1 team
What
in
you're
there just to handle
describing
business. You know,
is what you're describing is legal immigration, really.
Well, no, because everyone harps on if you did not come here before asking first, then it's illegal. If you're here past the first 3 months, and that's some countries. Some countries are 3 months, some countries are 30 days, depending on what the relationship
I'm not
is.
saying I don't support immigration reform. I do.
Sure.
I think we need to have some common sense policies. But
I agree with that.
This whole idea of you can just sneak in and fly under the radar as long as you want and get all these benefits, and then no. Or like if you cross the border and sneak in illegally and you go under the radar and then you use your connections, you use your hard work, you use your work ethic, and you do the best you can to become legal, it's good on you. It's like ollie oxen free. It's like I didn't know it. You made it home safe, right? You made it to home plate. But if we catch you, you have to go back because that's the way the rules work, right? Like if somebody's driving drunk, I don't agree with driving drunk, but you can't arrest somebody once they've gotten home and you can't prove they've been driving, right? If you catch them driving, though, they're going to jail. That's how the law works. And
yeah, but
we have to have a rule of law. We have to have it be a society of laws, or we have nothing.
It's tough because then you have like the ice sweeps, you know what I'm saying, that come through and they catch the bad and the good. It's kind of like how they net, you know, how they fish by netting the entire bottom of the fucking ocean. You catch everything. You know, you see the fucking videos of the dolphins
anymore. There hasn't been ice sweeps since we were in high school, bro. Like the immigration department, I've seen ICE people try and get people out of jails to deport them, and the jail's like, no, we're not giving them. Like it's a completely different animal than what you're talking about. I think back in the day.
Last time I saw fucking ICE come into Southern California to work a fucking detention thing. It was a special detail, and they came in but they hit a spot with I think a gang and narco team. And they took everybody that was in there and they took them to detention. That was the last time I ever saw it because then they made it a safe, made the whole like LA and LA County a safe haven or whatever. Safe where they're not going to turn you over.
City.
Yeah. And that all that stuff stopped. But I think it still happens in other places where ICE will come in and do sweeps of things.
It happens.
Areas.
It happens in other places.
Yeah.
Still happen. Like,
I assume so.
I'm in Texas, so yeah, shit still pops off in other places. And my thing is like when you round everybody up and like, oh, this person has been here legally for 10, 15 years, and you find out they're actually like a working person and a father, and they just wrong place, wrong time kind of situation, and that's what shit gets like a little dicey. What happened to? Wait, what happened?
We missed.
It's all the gang members that ruin it for the hardworking fucking guys coming in here, guys and gals coming in and doing doing the right thing and trying to learn the language, and but then you have the ones who are here illegally committing crimes, ruining it for everybody else, and they just keep committing crimes. It's not like they did. Ooh, I messed up. It's continual crimes, and it's a lot.
Hey Matt, can you throw up Robbie 271's comment? I like that one. Because it sums up somewhat how I feel on this topic.
Oh, there we go.
Somebody knocks on your door and you let them in, they are a guest. If they crawl through your window, they are an intruder. Yeah, I can't disagree. And I know I am a guy who likes to play in the gray area, but I have some hard lines I draw in the sand, and there's some things, especially coming from a family. And don't get me wrong. If my grandmother had not fled Russia when she did, I wouldn't be here. My entire matriarchal, matrilineal family line would be dead because the Soviets would have put my grandmother and as an 8-year-old girl and her little sister and her stepfather and my great-great-grandma or my great-grandmother, they would have put them all to death because they were on the wrong side of the Russian Civil War when it ended, right? So that you want to talk about a refugee, but she didn't flee to the United States. She fled to Canada, where a relative had sponsored her to get in there, and then they lived there, and my mom was born there, and then when they were old enough, my grandfather was like, "We're moving to California in the Great Canadian Migration of 1962 or whatever the hell it was." And there are ways to do things. There are ways not. That's all I'm saying. But we've run out of time on that segment. We have to move on. Matt, you sent us something on our chat,
Jess.
and you said we should talk about it. So we waited until you got here, so that I could.
We need to, because you have to chime in on this one.
Yeah.
Damn it, log me out. Give me 1 second.
So it's okay. I can put up the picture, but you
put up the picture while I whip this up.
I love it. Okay, so this is what you sent me. Here's the picture, and for those of you who can't see it, essentially, this is a tweet, right?
Yeah, it's a tweet.
Do they call them? It's an X?
I don't know I don't know. I still call them tweets. It's still Twitter and then their tweets. I don't fucking fight me. I don't care. But yeah, this guy, Tater Tots McGee, retweeted. He retweeted a picture with, what do they call it? The chimney of Idaho? Is that?
Yeah, it's the panhandle.
The panhandle. The vertical panhandle. Said, I have always wondered what's going on here. And he wrote, extremely frightening shit, and I'm not being funny. And then I was like, that's weird. So I jumped down to all the different replies. And
the original poster said something about, I've always wondered what goes on here, and then circled the panhandle of Idaho.
Right. And so he just started posting all these links about, like, decades ago it was a safe haven for Nazis, white Christian nationalists, and Aryan Nation, and all these other people were chiming in and going, yeah, like, I won't even go there. This one person said, that's probably the one place in the United States that I, as a black person, would not set foot in because of my race. And that's the same USA that includes rural Mississippi and Alabama. So they're saying it's even worse than that.
Wow.
And they're specifically calling out Coeur d'Alene, too, as a hotspot.
Yeah.
I know some people who live up there. And I know
Turns
some other
out-
people that just moved up there. I mean, they're all white, but...
So I can help shed some light on this.
Please do, because they're putting a really ugly spot on your community there, Thomas.
So you guys know about Ruby Ridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you understand, but where I live and where I hunt now is literally like a stone's throw from where they lived and where Ruby Ridge happened. And if you don't understand,
Ruby Ridge sounds something like Ruby Ridge sounds like Bloody Mary. Sounds like something you stand in front of the mirror in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? Say like 5 times in a row, and you know what I'm saying.
So
Except he comes out with no teeth.
That's what I'm saying. And a banjo. It's like a ghostly banjo in the background. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, there was a comment on this thread that somebody referenced Ruby Ridge. I thought it was funny that you brought. I was waiting for you to bring it up too.
Yeah. So there was a group that had a 20-acre compound, for lack of a better word, because that's what it was. And it was just outside the city limits of the city of Coeur d'Alene. And it was a white supremacist group. They were the Christian Identity Movement, is what it was called at the time.
Word.
And essentially, the ATF wanted an informant into this group.
You said that Christian Identity? Is that what they're
That's
called?
what they called themselves, Christian Identity Movement.
Got it. Identity Movement.
And so, if I can, okay, I'm trying to give you the Reader's Digest version. So Randy Weaver moved his family to Ruby Ridge, Idaho, because he wanted to live completely off the grid and completely free of societal influence. I mean, literally, like no water, no power, like old school, like homestead living, like Ted Kaczynski with kids, and not mailing bombs to people. Okay,
This is a cave motherfucker, right?
Ted Kaczynski?
No,
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 Randy
cabin.
Weaver. Randy Weaver had a cabin.
the cabin. Okay,
Yeah.
wrong,
Randy had
wrong,
a
wrong
cabin on top
plan.
of a-
Sorry.
Yeah, he had a cabin on top of a mountain. Essentially, the ATF was able to charge him with modifying shotguns, sawing the barrels off.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you right now, Randy Weaver claimed entrapment. He claimed that he had no intention of sawing off these shotguns, but the ATF agents enticed him to do it for them. They then charged him with modifying weapons under federal law and issued a subpoena or issued a warrant for his arrest to appear in court. Randy Weaver said, "That's bullshit. That's all because of you. I'm not going." And for a year, he didn't go to court. So the marshals went up to get him. The shit hit the fan. They shot Randy Weaver's dog. Randy Weaver in front of Randy Weaver's kid. Randy Weaver's kid shot one of the U.S. Marshals because he didn't know they were U.S. Marshals because they were low crawling the property. A standoff ensues. They shoot Randy Weaver's wife in the head while she's holding their 1-year-old baby. And like, yeah, she was holding an assault baby.
Assault baby.
Like it was bad. Okay. Well, come to find out, they wanted Randy Weaver to be charged because the plan was they can charge Randy Weaver and go, "Hey, listen, you want to make these charges go away? Why don't you introduce our undercover operative to your friends in the Christian identity movement?" Randy Weaver was a religious man, but not a white supremacist. He knew people and had associated with people that were part of this Christian identity movement. Now, you can argue whether he knew they were white supremacists or not, but he did have an in to talk to these people, and he would have been able to probably introduce an informant or another informant or an undercover to him. So, yeah, Harry brings up the ATF agent we had on War Stories, and it was all, you read about it, it stank. It stank from beginning to end. Well, that same group, that Christian identity movement, had their 20-acre compound right outside the city of Coeur d'Alene. They used to hold white supremacist Nazi parades right down Main Street on the 4th of July every year. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So similar to how you had KKK stuff going on in the South, in all the way up through the 80s, 90s, whatever. Coeur d'Alene had this compound full of religious Nazis, neo-Nazis, that were not scared about sharing what they believed, where they lived, and what they were doing.
Their Nazism.
Right. The area has since changed. The guy who founded that group
Didn't they bankrupt him pretty much? They
died, and they had to take the property, and he was found in he was sleeping with a tranny hooker allegedly towards the end of his life, and all kinds of shit came out, and the Christian identity movement collapsed for the most part in this area. I will tell you right now, there are still racist people everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But living up here, I haven't seen anything worse than you would see in certain areas of Los Angeles.
I mean, I felt pretty safe when I went up there to visit.
That's because you're white.
Because you're white, Chuck.
I don't know what these guys are saying. It was pretty comfortable.
We have people of all nationalities. We have a huge Native American population up here. We have a reservation just south of us, right? I've learned more about res culture living up here than I ever learned, in LA, because there was no reservation. The closest was the casino in Santa Barbara or the casino in Indio.
Shoot mash.
So that's the long and the short of it. Oh my god, dude! Mark,
I had to throw that up there. Look at that.
Team
Mark the
Curtis
time
pitched
too.
a compliment.
Wednesday.
You know what? Now the show's just going to go off the rails. If Chuck
Yeah,
and if Chuck and Team Curtis are getting along, one of the
Cats
7
and dogs
seals
living
would be
together.
mass hysteria.
Mass
Well,
hysteria.
somebody I don't even know on Facebook asked why I look like an elephant's nutsack. So we got that going for us. That was a while ago, but we were in deep conversation, so I didn't put it up there.
I'm sorry. One more time. Come again?
Okay, so someone a while ago on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook in the comments here, I'm scrolling up to find it.
So previous episode of today?
No, today, like just barely right now.
Just
just
Why?
barely right now.
Like you
There we go.
personally, like you, Matt. Okay.
It says,
Jeez, Matt.
"Geez, Matthew, why do you look like an elephant's nutsack?" To which I replied, "Fishing all weekend without sunblock, I guess. Like I don't know, just harsh light. I'm."
More importantly, how do you know what an elephant's nutsack looks like?
Nat Geo, just like how we know like
Yeah,
what
National
movies
Geographic.
look like when we were young.
Now, moving on from that, now that I've explained why,
Super saggy and drained.
and I'll tell you that we had an
Zimbabwe
incident.
bo-
We
booty-
made the news
booties.
recently, John. What about the
Oh, we-
conservation?
We call it tortilla flats.
Tortilla
saying.
flats.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude.
So that I can tell you that
Well, wasn't there something that it was not too long ago? There was like those the GOP something with the 30 people that were like they found
so
like
that was a van, a moving truck or a rider truck full of protesters in riot gear that were going to, and those were Nazis. They were going to supposedly disrupt a gay pride in the park festival.
right. Like that was it was a big nothing burger from what I remember. Oh, either Tom's praying.
They were
or
those
his
were the ones in Coeur d'Alene, right?
Yeah.
And none.
Nombre, but
Dude,
I know.
your shit's
I know.
bad.
he went fucking Max Headroom on us.
Yeah.
back in the day. Wow.
And I saw it happening too, and I just shut up because I don't know why that happens. I switched services, and maybe it's just trying to keep up. I don't know, or either that I need to go yell at somebody.
No, those guys were plants in the park in that truck. Those fake nationalists or what did supremacists or whatever the fuck they were in the khaki pants, with the fucking white things on their face. Yeah, those are all fake.
Yeah. So now we have somebody. We have run out of time. We got to get to voicemail.
Hold on. Which, by the way, they look like just a bunch. They look like they pulled over a bunch of fucking old school Blockbuster employees because they all had the fucking khaki pants and the blue shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
They should have came out of there instead of with fucking riot gear with like stack of fucking videotapes and DVDs to go back to the wall.
Honda people.
But that's
where
where
helpful Honda people.
that's where that. Oh, and I'll say this: we also made the news in the last couple of months because I guess it was around March because they were doing the NCAA basketball tournament up here, the women's basketball tournament, and some female basketball players that were from Utah. That were of mixed races amongst their team claimed that while walking around downtown, somebody screamed racial slurs at them and followed them with their car and followed them on foot and made them feel uncomfortable. Now, these are the same girls that were also complaining that they were having to stay in the city of Coeur d'Alene in Idaho while their tournament was being held 35 minutes away in Spokane, Washington. And somehow, magically, after they complained about racism, their hotel accommodations got moved.
Oh, imagine that.
Oh.
However, I can tell you, and I will tell you guys off the air what I found out about that and about the ensuing investigation because I can't say it here, but I can tell you it's not what the media portrayed it to be.
I'm sorry. Can we just pause? I want to know right now. I want our reactions live.
We're live. We can't pause. We're live.
Yeah,
those days are over.
I missed the days of like the we'll be right back and like watch it and come back. Yeah, like
no more, friend. No more.
Senor. So Chuck, I wanted to share this before we get into voicemails because our voicemail's up and working and we have them now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So this was somebody said this is a quick what's up, Chuck.
Not an up Chuck, just what's up, Chuck.
It's a voicemail. How bad can it be, Chuck? Come on.
No, it's not a voicemail.
Dude, I don't know.
Oh no! This is
Oh, there's one in the voicemail too.
Is there one in the voicemail?
No, I think someone. We have a couple more emails of what's up, Chuck, too, that I need to pass.
Okay, so maybe we'll have to get to that. So
You
Chuck,
can't pregame your
meme,
Chuck.
This was a meme that was sent to us, and it says, "When your friend drank all the booze, but you still want to get drunk too."
Oh no. Oh,
And
I don't like where this is going already.
Fuck you.
No.
Let's see. I'm leaving it up.
There it is.
He's coughing. He's coughing.
Ooh.
Can we? I don't think that's real. Can we zoom in? That can't be real.
Oh, come on, man.
Can you zoom it in? Can you zoom it in?
I can't. It won't get any
You can't.
bigger.
Oh, okay.
Looks like she's fucking. Big rig of bowling ball.
She's so glazed. Look at the one at the bottom. She's so glazed.
Oh, yeah.
Over.
You have
And
to describe it.
looks-
People playing the home
Okay.
game.
Well, first
fuck,
of all,
looks like a
the
glazed
angle.
donut.
There's a third person. The angle of the hand assisting going up is this is three people involved.
Yes,
It's three
there's
people.
a picture, there's a picture of two girls.
Mm-hmm.
One of them has their mouth open. There's a third person on the
girls, one
Dutch
mouth.
rudder, on the fucking Dutch rudder assist with their fucking 2 fingers. By the way, if you look, gentlemen, count. That's 2 fingers deep in that fucking throat to make that happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, because
And then
that
there's
way you get those fingers up there, and then it
And
goes
start
off
doing
the palms, and it comes down. That way it makes it that downspout right there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was
that
a
was
stream. It was a stream coming down. And by the way,
Yeah.
the bottom one glazed. Did you see the
Just
face? Like
glazed.
a glazed
Yeah.
fucking donut with throw up.
Totally.
Pretty impressive.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Oh, that tasted fucking bitter.
All right. Well, on to the voicemails.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Matt, do you have
Great.
do I have the voicemail? Should I? Do I need to-
Yeah,
play
you
them?
have to do it because it comes through cleaner on your end because you got all the high tech shit over there.
Okay, let's see.
Like your phone's hooked up to the board. We should have.
Let's see. My phone is.
We should have
He fixed-
tested this, but we have a theory that it's going to work.
Okay,
We're raw
we
dogging
have
it.
5 voicemails. They're all going. Should we go
0 to 5.
latest,
Wow.
oldest
All
to
right.
newest? We'll go oldest to newest.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
was-
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because there was one that
definitely.
was just like a little. Hey guys.
All right. Here we go. Let's see here.
Hey, what's up, fuckers? First time listener. I just gotta say I love your show. I'm
Thank
here
you.
in Nashville, Tennessee, but I am a Valley boy as well. You know, representing the A18. I love that
Oh,
you guys
nice.
staying true to that, and keep doing what you guys doing, man. All right, man. My name is Eddie, by the way. All right, y'all be easy.
Shit, Eddie.
That is
Eddie,
not what you
uh,
expect someone in Nashville to sound like.
No,
just so
absolutely
you know.
not. Absolutely. But he's an A1.
He's
So
a
that's
Nashville, Pacoima.
I felt at home.
He's fucking
There's
our
a
leader from
street-
Higher
there's a
Bitch.
Nashville Street in San Fernando. That's where he's from.
That's it.
yeah. Vatos locos por vida.
Oh, all right. I like that one. Okay, that was just a little.
Good job, Eddie.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Wonder if maybe he lives like in Van Nuys, Tennessee. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Let's see. Here we go.
Hey guys, I just wanted to tell y'all a crazy story that happened to me while I was in Germany doing an MMA fight. Have to deal with this camp. I don't know if it'll be 100% appropriate for y'all's podcast, but I was touring the concentration camps over there, and I saw the gas tankers, and my eyes pick out something that is very odd sometimes.
I'm not getting any of that.
Each shower head that there
Okay,
was,
so he said he was in Germany for an MMA fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
okay.
I was reading this.
During-
So on the app, it does a transcription.
Yeah,
too.
it's not
Oh,
a great.
okay.
transition, but
It's not a
close.
great. It was a rad
Oh.
connection on his end into
Yeah.
our
Gotcha.
voicemail. So it's like
Okay.
trying to piece it together.
So he's
choppy.
yeah, go
touring
ahead.
the gas chambers, and he's noticed that all of the shower heads had 11 holes.
11 holes. Well, after I came out, I asked the little guy who was an old German,
He asked the tour guide.
why
Old
there
German.
were 11 holes in
Yeah.
the shower head. He looked
Okay.
around for a bit, waved me in close to him, and straight up with a stone dead cold face said, Jews only have 10 fingers.
Oh my god!
Fuck, dude.
I didn't catch
He,
it.
he said, "Why do the shower
Yeah,
heads
yeah,
all
have it only have 11.
holes?"
He
And
pulled
the
them closer
tour
and said,
guide looked from left to right and then
Yeah.
leaned over and said, "Because Jews only have 10 fingers."
So they can't block up all the holes with the finger.
Okay, so we need to know if that's true.
And is that implying that they're not smart enough to just put the palm of their hand over all 11 holes at one? I mean, can you just like?
Yeah.
Oh, and some of these were jokes. Actually, here's one that's not a joke. So we'll play this one.
Hey, what's going on, genitals?
Genitals.
Just figured I'd call.
Yes.
Been a long time listener. Never called in. But, so I'm going through, and also please excuse the background noise. I'm at work right now. I figured I'd call and kind of pick your guys' brains, see what you got advice-wise. So I'm going through the application process with my local PD, and getting to the end of where I'm, about to do the command staff interview. So didn't know if you guys had any advice about, how to woo the command staff. If there was anything important I should touch on. So, yeah, just any advice would be appreciated. Appreciate you guys.
I would say
Don't.
don't pull your penis out. 'Cause
I
that
was gonna say don't apply.
Don't say this. If
Yeah.
it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's a duck. Don't fucking say it. They won't hire you.
Don't tell them the story about touring the showers at Auschwitz.
Definitely
No,
say
no.
something that has to deal with their agency in agency specific, such as
Yes.
their creed, their motto,
Yes.
their high crime areas,
Yes.
how big their or agency is, how many sworn they have, how many employees they have.
Mhm.
If you can come in and know all of that knowledge and spit that out organically in an interview,
Right.
they'll fucking
That's
get on their knees,
that's
open their
advice.
mouth, and hire you.
Yep,
Bro,
If you
You got to talk
all
about
doing this
how
stuff is
many
great.
you got to talk about how many black ants there are over there. What the cost of a slave was in 1850. You know
Holy
what I'm
shit.
saying? Like how many
Yeah, we're
times
good at giving you the advice on that stuff.
how many strikes how many open palm strikes you can do to someone's head
No, that's
randomly without
that's
getting in trouble for no what?
That's a good tip, though. If you can just work that into,
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to
conversation.
apply to your organization because, and then just start dropping some freaking just
Knowledge.
fact bombs, little fact nuggets in there,
Okay.
and definitely keep your penis in your pants.
Yeah.
my advice.
So we have a joke.
All right.
This is the joke from a listener. Here we go.
All right, got a joke. What do you do after having sex with a deaf woman? You break her fingers so she can't tell anybody.
Damn. I like that.
Very good joke.
Wait, is this the same one? Yeah, same guy. He had to call back to tell the joke. Okay. So
Yeah.
we only have 4 voicemails.
All right.
Well, this would be a good time to give out that number.
Yeah, let me throw. I think there's a pre-made banner for that right there.
I think there might be. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Look at that.
there it is.
And that's
There
going to
it
be
is.
area code 818-280-9822. Once again, that's 818 area code 280. Waiting for the scroll. 9822. And you can also reach us at lockerroommailbag@gmail.com. Remember, please add a subject line, whether it's you want to talk shit to Matt about his face looking like a Balzac, how racist Chuck is, if you want him to upchuck any upchuck pictures. If you have any suggestions as far as subjects that you want us to talk about, anything you want us to dissect, if you want horrible relationship advice, we're more than happy to give it to you. If you want inappropriate jokes that'll get you fired
would
from work,
argue
we're more than
that
happy to give those to you
Our
too.
relationship advice is Sigma.
Yeah.
This is Sigma level.
Mm.
Kids
Okay.
say.
All right.
That's that new
I'm out.
slang. That's that new slang.
That's a new.
That's that new.
That's that new.
But we do have some listener jokes that came in on the old electronic mail.
By the way, I'm not racist at all.
We
Owning
have
people
some
bad guys.
email jokes from listeners.
100% what a racist says.
Like
Like All the time. Like when you're so like, no, look, I'm not a racist. You can expect the next sentence to be the most racist shit to come out of
Right.
someone's mouth.
It's kind of like when somebody says, it's kind of like when somebody says, no offense, but they're 100% going to say something offensive.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be offensive as fuck.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I love my black friend.
Um,
I'm here for it.
Are we gonna do big joke energy or do you want?
Yeah. We got listener jokes. We'll do big joke energy.
Yeah.
I also want to tease something that I want to talk about. So we need to bring this to the table. So everybody next week, get your thinking caps on.
Okay.
Because I'll read you this and I'll leave it in our content so we can read it again next week to remind you. But it says, my friend who is still a sex worker now has been asked to do some of the most awful things I've ever heard of. She's a cam girl, and a customer paid her 3 times the normal price to sit naked and list out all the things she hates about herself and regrets in life.
Damn.
She cried after.
Yeah.
Oh
Which-
my god.
I mean, so we're going to
Is
talk
she
about.
still, is she still a cam girl? I have so many
Well,
questions.
Right. So let's talk about.
Okay.
Let's talk about OnlyFans. Let's talk about cam girls. Let's talk about, does it make you a prostitute? Does being a porn star equate to being a prostitute? Let's talk about some of these deep issues of the
Small
day.
business owner, dude.
Because I also saw something that was very interesting. It was a tennis player who, when asked about the difference between men and women's professional sports salaries, he goes, well, nobody cares when women get paid more for modeling than men. And
True.
it also brought up the idea that female porn stars get paid more than male porn stars, and a lot of male porn stars have to, if they want to make any kind of decent money, they have to do gay porn to make actual good money.
Yeah, to
Because
start
male
out.
porn stars don't make anything. So I think that's something we should talk about next week. So bring your A game when it comes to sex workers, OnlyFans, and gender inequality pay based on your looks and your sexy time. So, and
Fair.
now, Matt, can I bring the first joke to Big Joke Energy?
You absolutely can.
How hard is it to seduce large women?
How hard is it?
They kind of thirsty sometimes.
It's a piece of cake.
They're fat.
Okay, call back to our last conversation. What do you call the foreskin on gay guys?
Oh,
What?
What?
Mud flaps. Mud flaps.
Oh, man.
That's from a listener. That's a
Okay.
listener. Yes.
Yeah, we got
Oh.
That's
we
our
have
boy
the name?
Cody coming in strong.
Cody. There you go. Okay.
Cody came in strong.
Do we
I got
have
another one. I can keep
Yeah.
throwing some listener ones out there.
I've got
Okay.
one. How do you know that Allah created the universe?
How?
Because it began with an explosion.
Oh my gosh.
We're getting shut down for sure.
Why is everyone skinny in Japan?
Why?
Why?
Because last time there was a fat man, a whole city disappeared. that's Cody came in with that one too. That's a little bit of it.
Bringing it.
Cold blooded.
It's a dark history joke right there.
I love history jokes, and dark history jokes are even better.
Jess.
What else you got? Do we have?
I got another one, but this guy he hit a 2-pump on here. He's got a shorty and then a fatty.
Okay.
So I'll throw the shorty out there first.
Yeah.
Good
And
trucker.
does anybody else have any jokes to share? Because
The second one, it's not that long.
Hmm.
But he says I have 2 jokes for y'all, a quick one and a potential closer. So I'll do the quick one first. So
Okay.
here's the quickie. What gets
Okay.
easier to pick up the heavier it gets?
what?
Women.
Oh.
Oh man.
God damn.
Wow.
What's the difference? Or no, I'm sorry. What is the best part about having sex with a transvestite?
What?
What?
Reaching around and pretending it went all the way through.
Oh. Let's jump to the comments here. What do you call lesbian braces?
Oh, I know this one.
A box cutter.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, let's see.
I got another one in the comments. Comments are popping right now. How do you eat an Indian taco?
Oh,
Oh, you got to lift her belly first.
damn.
Oh,
Oh
what's the
shit.
difference between an onion and a hooker?
What?
What?
You don't cry when you're cutting up a hooker.
It's true. All right, our boy Team Curtis left a joke here.
Oh, we've already been down the Auschwitz road. I don't think there's any worse.
But there's no punchline. So I guess he's waiting for us to say the joke. What's the difference between a J and a pizza?
And a J.
A J and a
Between
pizza.
a J, you just
capital J,
and a
J
pizza.
and a pizza.
I think we'll have to wait for the answer.
We obviously have to wait because he's not going to. This is we fell for it. I fell for it.
I'm gonna be pissed off if he logged off.
We're not. He's just gonna.
He's logged. He's logged out. He's not even around.
That's the joke. That's the joke. Ha ha.
Here's the thinker. Here's the thinker. How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman?
Oh,
how many?
How many?
None. If you don't know about the great Irish potato famine and how many people died, then that joke is not funny. But if you know, it's really funny. You guys, I was thinking about telling a Casey Anthony joke.
Oh, dude,
my mom would kill me.
Oh, fuck. What's the worst part about breaking up with a Japanese girl?
What?
Oh, what?
You got to drop the bomb twice before she gets it.
Oh, man.
On the show. Do you know why God gave women yeast infections?
Why?
So they would know what it's like to live with an irritating cunt.
Damn.
Wow.
What do you call a stone? What do you call a stoner with Down syndrome?
Oh no.
Oh Jesus.
I'm afraid to ask.
A baked potato.
What?
A baked potato.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's once again, what the fuck, Chuck? That's awesome. All right, so it's lockerroommailbag@gmail.com. Lockerroommailbag@gmail.com. Phone number 818-280-9822. Operator,
we have a closer?
Yeah, what now? Operator,
Well, you started the music and shit, and I thought we were done. But yeah, I got the listener one could be a closer.
Hit us with the closer.
I don't know if it is or not, but we're gonna find out right now. You ready?
I've got one before the closer. If it's not a closer, I've got one to close us out.
Okay. Well, you were the one that hit the music. That you were like playing us out. Like we were on stage.
We
were talking too long with our acceptance speech, and they started the music.
I'm telling you, the orchestra kicks up.
Yeah.
Ushers are trying to
play us out
over the music. I'm sorry.
Okay, here we go. A bear was chasing a rabbit through the woods when they both tripped over a golden lamp. A genie came out and said, "Since you both touched me, you each get 3 wishes." So the bear excitedly said, "Ooh, me first. I wish that every bear in these woods was a female except for me." And it was so. The rabbit thinks for a minute and says, "I wish I had a scooter." And it was. The bear, now even more excited, says, "For my second wish, I wish every bear in the country was a female except for me." And it was so. Now the rabbit thinks for another minute and says, "I wish I had a helmet." And it was so. The bear, now overflowing with dopamine and joy, says, "I wish every single bear on this planet was a female except for me." And it was so. The rabbit then puts his helmet on, hops on his new scooter, looks at the genie and says, "I wish the bear was gay." And then he rides off.
Oh, that's good. I like that one.
That's a good one.
Oh, okay. That's a good closer.
That's a good closer.
Do you guys want to hear the messed up one that I had on deck in case?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
Yep.
How messed up?
Oh man,
You're both
Go ahead.
really messed up. Okay.
Just go. Just fire.
Have you heard the joke? Or no? What's the best part about an Ethiopian blowjob?
Oh fucking hell! What?
What?
It's guaranteed she'll swallow.
Hey, we got the punchline from Team Curtis if we're still interested in what's the difference
just
between a
tell the
J and a
punchline. People can
pizza.
rewind to hear the.
A cooked pizza tastes good.
Oh.
I think the J stood for
Yeah.
Jew.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where?
Yeah,
Okay, good night.
There we are.
Fucking
You
drop
guys
the
can read
curtain.
this.
Bring out the giant
That's
hook.
fucking good.
Pull us all the fuck off stage.
Yep.
Good night.
That's it. We're done. I'm gonna hit the
I
button.
mean, what do you do with that?
We can't. That's that.
There's
Yeah.
nothing else to do.
Nope.
Leave us a voicemail.
I gotta go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I've been holding
I'm
in
gonna
this whole
take
show.
NyQuil.